Okay, so for anyone who may be new here or just has not yet noticed because they don't listen to our episodes all the way through and hear the promo at the end, we have a book club.
We do.
We have a book club. It's called the Badly Annotated Book Club, and I would just
it's
really
on book
appreciate
clubs.
it for sure. I would just really appreciate it if anyone listening to this who loves our requested reads, because I know they're our most popular episodes.
Yeah, we see that.
For sure. Anyone who listens to the episodes and would love to read along with us, or not even read along with us, but come chat with us about it, I would really appreciate if you just take a moment to pause and go to book clubs, either online or in the App Store, and just look up Badly Annotated Book Clubs and join our book club. Because we keep doing these episodes and they're super, super fun. But you know what's even more fun? Hanging out
Talking to you about
hanging out with people and talking to you about them. Okay. We had an awesome book club meeting about Project Hail Mary. And while this episode is late because of personal circumstances that came up unexpectedly, we did have a really awesome book club meeting, and we had some people, some listeners show up.
Yeah.
Shout out to that one guy with all the questions. I don't know if he
Yeah.
would want his name shared, but you know who you are.
You know who you are. You killed it. Honestly, I felt like you came better prepared than I did. To be so for real.
Yeah, so
but yeah, shout out.
yeah, we're having a lot of fun with the book club.
Yeah,
We have a lot of
it's a good
fun
time.
out there. So just as a general, please, dear God, go join our book club, please. We would love to talk to you. And as I said, I think earlier in this ramble about this, that this month we read Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. My name is Hannah.
My name is Jess, and today we're going to talk about it. Also, next month, if you're listening to this and you're going, what are they going to talk about next? Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yes, that's what you have to look forward to. I'm
Yes.
listening to the audiobook right now and I'm super excited. But for now, we're going to recap and go over Project Hail Mary.
Sure. So, first of all, how many stars?
5.
Very nice.
One of the
Very
easiest
nice.
5 stars of my life. Second
I
of
love
all,
that.
do you have a description?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
In just a second.
Okay. You would think we would learn to come prepared, but alas.
You think, but here we are 2 years in, and my cat has more followers than us.
Oh my. He literally does. Shout out warm.n.toasty on Instagram. That's toast.
That's toast. Yeah, my slice of warm ass bread. So Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. A lone astronaut must save the Earth from disaster in this incredible new science-based thriller from the #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Martian. Ryland Grace is the sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and Earth itself will perish. Except that right now, he doesn't know that. He can't even remember his own name, let alone the nature of his assignment or how to complete it. All he knows is that he's been asleep for a very, very long time, and he's just been awakened to find himself millions of miles from home with nothing but 2 corpses for company. His crewmates dead, his memories fuzzily returning, he realizes that an impossible task now confronts him. Alone on his tiny ship that's been cobbled together by every government and space agency on the planet and hurled into the depths of space, it's up to him to conquer an extinction-level threat to our species. And thanks to an unexpected ally, he just might have a chance.
That description does not match the vibes of the book at all.
Not really.
I've never actually read the description. I honestly don't with requested reads. I just go in blind.
Me too. Like the first 5 minutes of the book.
That's literally the first 5 minutes of the book, and then the rest of the book, like, I was just talking to somebody about this today. I was saying that I was listening to Project Hail Mary, and I was recommending it to her, and she was like, oh, sci-fi is not really my thing. But, like, that's not really the point. Like, the whole book is about, like, humanity and friendship and communication and personal growth and courage and all these moral dilemmas. It just happens to be in space. And there's a lot of science involved, but like that's not the point.
Yeah.
The description
Also,
actually is kind of disappointing.
True. Also, on that same note, I deeply appreciate the science involved.
Oh yeah.
Because
for sure.
holy.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I'm sure we'll get into it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get your rating, and then here's a shape of the day. I'm a teacher. Let's get
The shape of the day.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Hannah.
Let's get your rating. Talk about the science, the friendship, the moral dilemmas, or in whatever order. Just go. Your rating. What'd you rate it?
4.5.
4.5. Why? Why did it lose a 0.5? But it was so good.
It was. It's because I listened to it on audio, and I feel like it might not have hit as strongly for me as a read book.
Like a physical book or like
Yeah.
an ebook?
Yeah, like I feel like I would have had a harder time getting into that much science, to be totally honest with you. And so that's why it's very, very minimal lost marks, because I still very much enjoyed it, and I very much enjoyed the relationship aspects of it, and I still liked the science of it. But I do feel like if I had to read it, I felt like I would have gotten a little meh with it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. But I don't feel that very strongly, which is why it's only half a star.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So then the science, I think honestly, because I have a mildly science background, and also recently I've been doing a lot of reading about evolution. Because suddenly I'm reading nonfiction now that I'm not in school and being inundated with dense information all the time. I've been reading about evolution, and so I actually felt like it was pretty easy for me to follow.
Oh, nice.
And it was almost like, you know how in a TV show or something where they reference something in the real world that you know about or something like that, or it films in a location, and you're like, I know that place.
Yeah. Now, the biology science I felt was a lot easier for me to follow than like the spaceship science. So that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I understood the math.
Yeah.
So
and I work in med.
I understood.
So this all tracks.
I understood the math, and I understood the evolutionary jargon that was going on. And it was like that moment for me, like, oh my God, I know what that means.
Yeah.
I literally just read about that. And so I actually surprised myself with the way that I was able to follow it and enjoy it.
Nice.
But I do understand how that would become pretty dense if you were to read it physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my only critique.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing that I did really enjoy, though, was that Ryland, or let's just call him Grace. Grace was quick and okay with admitting when he didn't know about something.
Yes. I love it. Humility.
Yeah, like when it gets to the point where they realize that this new Talmiba is able to get through Xenonite.
Yeah.
And he was
goes,
like,
I fucked up.
yeah, I definitely fucked up because I took a species that I knew nothing about and contained it in a substance that I also knew nothing about and thought that would be successful. He was like, evolution is not an isolated process. It evolved to be nitrogen resistant, but it also evolved to get through Xenonite because that's where it was breeding. And so it learned to hide between Xenonite molecules.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then the whole gas tank situation. Oh my God.
That was
Oh my
crazy.
God. Yeah. That gave me so many feelings. Backing up.
Yes, yeah. Backing up. Backing way up.
Backing way the heck up.
Yeah.
I'd like to start still on the topic of science.
Right.
The other Rockies on the ship that all died. I loved that the explanation of that was the radiation, and that because Rocky was not a science Rocky, he was an engineer Rocky. He was close to the engines that basically shielded him from the radiation. I thought that was so freaking smart. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
I was giddy about it.
Everything had such a plausible explanation.
Yeah, and like that was one of my favorites, and the other one was when Grace was like, hey, why do you think that we both ended up here at the same time? Like, what a crazy coincidence. And Rocky goes, not a coincidence. If we were more advanced, we would have fixed this at home. If we were less advanced, we wouldn't have gotten this far.
We would have
makes
died,
perfect sense that we both made it here because we were equally as advanced and no one else would have. And he just went, huh, You're right.
And like odds are in the vastness of space, there's bound to be at least one other species at the same level of advancement.
Yeah. And they just happen to be at that same level at the same time.
Yeah.
So that part was a little coincidental. I will give them that. But I thought that was really neat as well.
Yeah. Also, I love how you just keep calling them Rockies. They're Iridians.
They're all widow walkings to me.
And the fact that Rocky has a mate.
Yeah.
And he named the star or the planet or whatever after his mate.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
my
love
God.
Rocky so much. He's the best.
That tugged at my heart.
It really did.
Straight up.
Okay, so yeah, moving into relationships now.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
That is such a good book on friendship, and also not even just friendship, but I definitely know that you'll speak to this a bit more as soon as I mention it. But finding the same relationships that you're looking for somewhere else from a different dynamic that you weren't expecting. So what I mean by that is Grace's whole reason for not wanting to leave Earth was why? Because he was a teacher. I gotta stay for the kids. I gotta stay for the motherfucking kids. No, dude. There's a whole planet. All those kids are gonna die.
You also have to go for the kids. Like,
yeah. But I love how it comes full circle, and that in the end, he does still get to be a teacher.
yeah, and that struck me because I'm trying not to triangulate like my schooling and everything. In my education to become a teacher, there's this reading, don't remember who it's by. I just know it gets cited constantly, about the concept of we teach who we are.
Yeah.
As in, teaching is a part of your identity, and you cannot remove your identity from teaching.
Yeah.
It's who you are. It's a lifestyle. There's a whole bunch of really controversial, oh, you're a teacher 24/7 and teachers are held to a higher standard, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of controversy around that. I think that to a certain degree that's true, but also I am allowed to live my life as an adult. I digress. It's part of your identity. And I don't think it's possible for educators to ever be anything other than educators in some capacity. And so it actually made a lot of sense to me that he came back to that so far away from home with an entirely different species. It especially made sense. There was that relationship aspect of it and that sense of self aspect of it that I really appreciated. Like, I probably would do the same thing. I'm a teacher. It's who I am. Like, I don't know what else to say. And so that made sense to me. So in the relational sense, it made sense to me. And then there was also the scientific explanation of humans have more advanced science.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense for him to be teaching the next generation of Iridians because they're trying to advance as well.
Yeah.
So there was that relational sort of identity piece of it, but then also it was
like the societal.
There's like a literal reason as well. And I liked that
Yeah.
worked out in that way. I
I knew that
appreciated
you'd
it.
expand on that so much more than I could
Well, it's what I
ever
do.
dream to.
It's what I do. I decided when I was 5 years old
yeah,
that I
I
was
set
gonna
him
be a
up, you knock
teacher.
him down.
For sure. 100%. Yeah. And I loved also the way that Grace ultimately found friendship
Yeah.
where he could never find it before.
Yeah.
Because he was too scared.
True.
His whole life
he really
on Earth.
embraced his love of science, really, at the heart of it all.
Yeah.
Like, he's went, you know what, okay, I need to accept this, and this is my job, and this is where I'm at, and this is my life right now to be able to survive. But then he thrived in it.
Yeah.
And he killed it.
Yeah. And he
just needed a push. A really, really big push.
A really big and unethical push.
Yeah.
But I found it interesting how by being stripped of his memories, it was almost like a factory reset. I think the Grace after waking up is the truest version of who he is that we ever see up until that point.
Yeah.
And by the time that his memories return at such a level that he knows who he was, he's already solidified enough in who he is now that he doesn't revert. And
that's really cool how that happens.
Yeah. And Strat was right.
Strat was right. We don't love it, but Strat was right
Strat was right. And
at the end of the day.
she's an absolute badass,
Yeah,
but she's very human
very much so.
in a way that, like, I watched the movie as well. I don't think that the movie did Strat justice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that Strat is very much this, like, just a badass doing what she has to do, just doing everything she needs to for Earth.
Didn't like capture her brains behind it all.
Yeah, and it didn't, well, not even that. It didn't capture her humanity in the same way that I think the book does. And there was one point where Strat made a comment to Grace about, like, you're a coward.
Yeah.
You're a coward, and you abandoned a life of study and a life of research and science because a few people didn't like a paper you wrote, and you just retreated into a classroom of small children who will worship you for being the cool teacher.
Yeah. Ooh, chills.
And it actually reminds me of a teacher that I had who, when I told her that I wanted to be a teacher, she told me not to be. She was like, don't do that. I was like, why? Respectfully, why? And she was like, because I know you could do it and you could be amazing at it. But knowing what I know of you, you are made for better things than that.
Damn.
And I felt like Strat was kind of saying that to him.
Yeah.
In that moment, being like, what is wrong with you? You're literally a genius. You're the most qualified for this. You belong on this mission. You're supposed to be doing this, but you're letting fear get in your way. And
Totally.
and it just makes me think of all the times I've missed out on things because I was scared.
Yeah.
And Grace is forced to confront that piece.
Yeah,
of
whether
his
he likes it
humanity.
or not.
Yeah. And then because he lost the memory of being scared, he just wasn't anymore.
Yeah, because he woke up and he just went, oh, I'm probably supposed to be here.
Yeah, I'm here, so I guess I'm supposed to be here.
Because he's that smart that it was just natural.
Yeah. Yeah. He was forced into his potential.
Yeah. Sometimes you really just need a kick in the ass.
Really. And then Rocky, like becoming friends with Rocky and the way that they found language.
Yeah.
And formed
Favorite.
a friendship. And I literally sobbed because I was listening to the audiobook when Rocky realized that Grace had come to save him in the end.
Yeah.
Instead of going back to Earth, because he was like, really, what do I have on Earth?
Because he did not expect him to come back either. He just went, he's going home.
Yeah, like
he was fully on board with Grace going home too.
Yeah. And he goes and he starts like tapping on the ship, and then on the radio he goes, Grace question? I just love that. I just started immediately bawling. Grace question?
Grace question?
You are here question? Like,
oh yes.
Like it just, the hope. Hope and characters. Hope and character relationships. This book had everything
10 out of 10
that gets me. It was amazing. And the way that I like that the book is almost like a stream of consciousness inside Grace's head of his problem solving and Rocky's problem solving. And I liked the way that Rocky started to monitor Grace's sleep.
Yeah.
Because
you go crazy otherwise.
And then, like, there was one point where Grace was like lamenting some problem with his ship, and Rocky's like, "Oh, I can fix that." And he goes, "You can do that?"
He's like, "Yeah."
And then Rocky says something like, "Obvious, I can do that. You are stupid. How long since last sleep?" Like, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god." And
honestly,
just
same.
Their relationship and their banter and the friendship that forms between them, despite such differences, they become the best of friends.
It's
and
so cute.
Grace finds the companionship he's always been looking for.
Yeah.
And Rocky learns about science.
Rocky learns about science and humans.
Yeah. And I honestly found it a little bit allegorical, the way that they have so many differences. But they bond over the fact that they come from the same genetic ancestor. And so they put aside the differences. And that felt allegorical to me. Almost like the author pointing out, like, hey, we are all people. We come from the same material. We are all recycled stardust. Fucking calm down. Like, why are we
Yeah.
Like it felt like a unifying message that I really appreciate
Yeah, I agree. It was very wholesome. Wholesome in a really nerdy way.
in a really nerdy way.
Yeah.
I liked
So
it.
I also want to point out the audiobook specifically. I'm pretty sure that that was the first time that they had done that voice modulator effect on Rocky, like in an audiobook.
Oh,
I'm not 100%, but I feel like our good friend from book club told us that fun fact.
yeah, I think so. He also
So-
brought in a lot of like moral questions about
Yeah.
what,
Like trolley problem questions.
yeah, like what would you do? Would you go on the mission or no?
Yeah, that was a little wild.
That was a wonderful conversation.
It was. I liked it.
This man, you know who you are, okay?
You know,
Please come to the next
come
book
to another
club.
book club.
Yeah, please. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
what would you do if you were Grace?
If I was Grace,
Yeah.
oh man.
Would you have had to been dragged kicking and screaming?
Here's the thing about me
Right.
is I don't know what's best for me. Hannah does. So
Oh my god. You said that right as I was taking a sip of water. That is so true. That is that is a correct and
Uno
truth.
reverse.
Of all the true things that have ever been said, that is true the most. Like, you'd really just be out here making decisions, and I'm like, that's stupid, but I guess.
See, Hannah, what should I do? You're gonna put me in a coma.
Come on now. It's a moral
Well-
question. Do you
Well,
stay to save
morally-
yourself, or do you go to save the planet?
So I have a question.
Okay.
I have a very specific skill set.
Right. No, imagine you have Grace's skill set.
Okay.
You are Grace. I'm not asking if you, Jess, are
Okay.
gonna go to space.
That
'cause
helps.
That would
Thank
be.
you.
We
In
would
that
all be.
case,
We would all be doomed, bro. If it was up to
Yeah.
you and me.
I'm just spitting out fun facts about egg quality up there. But if I was Grace, I feel like, especially because I've been hanging out with Strat for so long, if I didn't want to go up to space, why am I hanging out with her? Kind of her bitch for a little too long to not want to go to space.
Yeah, and also, how did he think that she wouldn't do something like that?
Yeah,
Like,
that was
nobody
my question,
stopped
honestly.
Strat. For context,
Yeah.
she sedated him and made him go to space after the
Yeah.
original science guy
But she was right.
got blown up.
But she was right. She was right about everything. And honestly, she's the star. No, she's not. Rocky is. I
Right.
stand by that.
Right. Rocky is the star. He's literally a 5-point star. I think that it would take me some convincing. I would like to think that
Yeah.
I'm like all heroic and it would be a quick decision for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe myself to be a good person. I think it would be one of those things where it would take me a minute to get on board with
Yeah.
that decision. But I don't
Yeah.
think I would need to be sedated.
Fair.
It would just be like, I mean, it's Strat.
Begrudgingly, yes.
Well, not begrudgingly, but it would just be like, well, I'm panicked and this is horrible, but it's Strat and I'm probably the best person to go.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm very pragmatic in that way, I feel. I do agree with Strat, though, on the front of all of the other politics and human rights and everything like that just don't matter in comparison to general public safety.
Yeah.
And I agree
True.
with that.
Sure, it's the whole planet on the line.
Like, oh, having to do such and such thing is infringing upon my human rights. I don't care. Because if we don't do that, everyone's going to die. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that your right to your intellectual property is not as important as the destruction of the entire planet and the extinction of the human race.
It's like a trolley problem, but it's 1 to 2 billion.
No, yeah, be so for real. Be so
Yeah.
for real. Are you kidding me? Taking her to court
Yeah.
for intellectual property infringement? Are you joking?
I like how she showed up and she was like, this
You're
is a
wasting my
courtesy.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a courtesy. I don't need to be here. I'm here to say officially fuck you and stop bothering me.
Yeah, I'm trying to save us all. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Your intellectual property rights are not relevant in the face of the evisceration of the human race as we know it. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Really? Like,
Straight up.
come
Very
on.
stupid.
And Strat seems to be the only one that really has a grasp on what's happening. Everyone else seems like so
like,
out
why
to
does
lunch.
no one else in that boat with her?
Yeah. So I guess,
She's
I mean,
the only one in that.
I guess that's why they put her in charge.
I mean, yeah.
I
but,
don't
like,
actually remember who she was before this.
I don't either.
Like, what was
Not
her
off the top of
job?
my head.
I don't know.
know. Bad bitch.
She just got put in charge of everything.
Unless those are her
and I
pronouns.
can't
don't know.
remember why. I don't know. But I feel like she was the only person morally gray enough to pull that off.
I agree.
Like, you had to be
But,
morally
like,
gray to do that.
Yeah, it was a very professional morally gray, though. You kind of sit there and you're like, huh.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. I see it. And I kind of get it. But, like,
I don't want to be the one making those decisions.
yeah. To be so honest. Yeah, bad bitch, though, honestly. And there had to be someone else that was in her boat, though, because how else would she have gotten to that position?
Yeah. The world obviously understood what needed to happen,
At some point.
but it got really dicey.
It did.
It got really dicey. And I think that what she did to Grace was wrong, but I don't think that Earth would have survived if she hadn't done it. And I think that's how she made her peace with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Grace, even though he was mad when he remembered, understood as well.
Yeah. And then he chose to save his friend.
Yeah. He chose to save Rocky.
We love Rocky.
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
Also, just like them learning about each other and each other's biology and sociology. And
That was one of my favorite parts.
it was amazing.
I really liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you to... Where's my mouse? Damanjit at Damanjit2K1 on Instagram for requesting this. This was another banger of a requested reads, to be honest.
Right. Okay, well, thank you to at Damanjit2K1 on Instagram for requesting this amazing read. Yet another banger. Our listeners know what's up. I'm
They
so
do indeed.
thrilled. If you want to request more books, because we are starting to run low on the request list. You know, we need some more requests.
You can message us on Instagram or Threads at Badly Annotated Pod, or you can email us at badlyannotedpod@gmail.com. And if you haven't figured out where we're streaming yet or how to join our book club, all of that is in the link in our Instagram bio. And with that, best wishes, kindest regards.
Sincerely, Jess and Hannah.